Our scene opens today at the computer of Random Mind Studios, where we find future voice actor devising the script for this episode. Hey, would you mind? I'm busy. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, here's my copy. Anyway, here goes. As May will tell you, one of the most groundbreaking shows ever produced was the 1960s juggernaut Rocky and Bullwinkle. While the humor and gags have withstood the test of time, like all television shows that trickled down through the decades, many references will be lost upon the current audience. That's where I come in. I'm Bill from Random Mind Studios, and this is 10 plus random references from Rocky and Bullwinkle that you may not know. This criteria will consist of any name, entity, or location that has been said improper or parodied. Starting down at the ground floor...
Time for ding-dong school! And the captain dashed into a nearby television sales room, plunked himself down before a set, and refused to budge.
Or we have Ding Dong School at number 10. Hosted by Francis Howich, Ding Dong School was a 1950s locally broadcasted television show for young children in Chicago, only to be picked up by NBC not even 2 months after its original airing. A groundbreaker for its time, DDS was seen as an interactive way for children to learn from home. Too bad for those poor parents. Lasting up until 1954, Miss Francis owned the rights to the program and got it syndicated in California. Next up, at number 9, we have a head-scratcher for you.
Hey, you know who we haven't seen on the field yet?
Among others, Prince Suvarnafuma.
Prince Suvarnafuma, born 1901, died 1984. Fuma was the 7th Prime Minister of Laos, a French protectorate in the continent of Asia. While hard to imagine as a football player, there is only so much that can be seen in the historical scope. We shift focus now to number 8, mentioned at least 4 times in one episode.
I will shoot this flamethrower, and the moth will commit Hoot Gibson.
That's Harry Carey.
Hoot Gibson!
Hoot Gibson.
Hoot Gibson, son.
Hoot Gibson. Born 1892, died 1962. Edmund Gibson was a stuntman, actor, and rodeo rider. Having been in the movie since 1911, Hoot, as he was called, was one of the most famous cowboy actors of his time. His name is one of many in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Piping aboard number 7 on the list, we dissect the name of Wasamadiu Coach.
But Coach Rocky Canute had something to say about that.
I move we get the best football team money can buy.
Here!
Rocky Canute. Voiced by Paul Frees in the show, his name was a jumble of actual football player Canute Rockne. Born 1888, died 1931. Known for the popularizing of the already existing forward
Statue of Liberty play. With one twist, you throw it to me. Newt Rockne called it the forward pass.
Rockne is one of the best-known football coaches in the history of the sport, giving a claim to the University of Notre Dame. Those who know college football know that he is an obelisk of the sport. Turning to the next page of the Book of Football, we give you number 6.
Gentlemen, Bullwinkle Moose is the greatest football attraction since Blue Grange.
Isn't that Red Grange, Chancellor?
Let's not be controversial, Huckabee.
Red Grange. Born 1903, died 1991. A halfback for the University of Chicago, known as the Galloping Ghost and the Wheaton Iceman, earning 16 varsity letters and scoring over 50 touchdowns. Boy, and here I can't beat my own little nephew at tic-tac-toe. For the sake of consistency, we further explore the Wasamadiu arc for when Boris Badenov said,
I'm the Phil Spitalny of the gridiron.
Taking us to number 6, Phil Spitalny. The main source of this reference was the composer and musician Spitalny, who was the leader for an all-girl orchestra, the source of the joke. Now before we get to number 5, I ask you, where's your sense of humor? Because there's a rumor, laughter's on its way.
How's your sense of humor? There's a rumor, laughter's on its way. Smile, you're on
Candid camera? Say, then you must be...
Right, Ellen Font.
Twice used as a reference by Boris Badenov. Alan Funt was the host of one of the first supposed reality shows of television history, known as Candid Camera, where the camera was concealed in some form as an innocent passerby would find themselves in on the act, as you will see in this next clip.
Moose. Here comes Moose. Let him have it, Natasha.
Hey, what's the big idea of hitting me with a pie?
Sir, you sound mad.
Well, that's funny, I am mad.
You can't be mad.
Why?
Look at that lollipop. That's a camera. You're on television.
No! A camera in a lollipop?
The matter, you never hear of Candid Camera?
Say, then you must be...
Right. Alan Fink. Go on, say something to our audience.
4. When you watch Season 1, you pick up on Bullwinkle's fanship of actor Sonny Tufts.
That's the breaks, I guess.
And so is your autographed picture of Sonny Tufts.
Sonny Tufts! Well, now then...
Yes, the same family as the college. Born 1939, died 1968. Tufts was an actor for Paramount Productions who was often lent to RKO. Due to a foot injury from college, Tufts was able to stay stateside during World War II, lending his talents to the movies that would lend toward the morale for the war effort. Fast forward a bit to Season 3, note that in this clip, Bullwinkle's autographed photo...
Now, let's not be hasty, fearless leader. At least my autographed picture of Sonia Tufts.
Sonny Tufts! You found the chink in my armor, Baranov.
No, on second thought, shoot.
resurfaces, now in the grasp of fellow Bill Scott voice, Fearless Leader. Tuning the dial to number 3, we come to a reference that will leave you as stumped as a tree post-Lumberjack. Watch this clip and you'll see.
They will make the FBI's top 10.
FBI's top 10? We can't even make Kane's 100.
You're back. Did you get the reference? Well, when I was a kid, neither did I. A crime drama that lasted only 2 seasons, it was a revolving door for many famous actors for their literal 15 minutes of fame, as far as this reference goes. Kane's 100 boasted a cast that included such luminaries as Barbara Eden, Leonard Nimoy, Sammy Davis Jr., Charles Bronson, Henry Corden, Majel Barrett, Norman Alden, Ed Asner, David Lewis, and DeForest Kelley. Boy, that's a mirthful mouthful. Hustling in at number 2, we have the blink and you'll miss it clip from Wasamadayu Off-Field.
Swallow goldfish.
But-
There's enough for everybody. I just got my allowance.
You must be insane. Come on, chaps. We're all going over to picket Norman Mailer at the Student Union.
Norman Mailer was an author, born 1923, died 2007. His work stemmed from everywhere between cult favorites and controversial, giving us such things as creative journalism and the newspaper Village Voice and the wildly not so well-received Burberry Shore. Before we get to number 1 on this list, we hereby ask you to like and subscribe to this show and to this channel if you've not done so already. Go ahead, it's right there, it's free, and we'll be waiting for you on the other side. Very good. Now, for those of you who just sat there and have not subscribed to this channel, let shame pollute your britches. That's right, I said it. Here are some honorable mentions before number 1.
My two-way wrist television?
A two-way wrist television.
I'll show that Dick Tracy.
Amazing.
Not so amazing, everybody has...
Dick Tracy. More mainstream than others on this list, all you need to do is go to GoComics.com and type in the good detective's name.
Formula
The black-
is safe.
How do you know that's the guy, Bullwinkle?
He was wearing a white coat and scowling.
So that makes him...
A mad doctor.
Oh, Cisco.
Oh, Pancho.
Hey, wait a minute. This is the ending of another television program about...
Oh, I keep up with the Kildares, you know, and...
Stand back, stand back!
Hokey Smoke, what's that?
Just a plug for another show.
What show?
Well, it's either Dr. Kildare or the Game of the Week.
Hello there, Dr. Kildarovich at your disservice.
I'm glad you're here, Doctor. Bullwinkle's sick.
You just finding out?
Yacht of Omar
We were hoping
Khayyam.
that you'd tell us.
Omar
This little
Khayyam
doll
was a
here is
mathematician,
composed of rubies.
polymath,
Yes,
astronomer,
sir, it's
and
rubies.
historian of the
No,
12th
it isn't.
century,
It's mine.
who was
Oh,
also
my
attributed
gosh,
to
if
be a
it's made
poet,
out of rubies,
and whose translated works
If
were
you're
given the title of
hesitating for me to
Rubaiyat,
finish the line, you've got a
giving way
long
to this
way.
ironic
I don't have the
representation in
guts to say it.
cartoon form.
Okay, then here
At number
goes.
1,
If it's made out of rubies, then this must be the Ruby Yacht of Omar Khayyam.
You would like to know.
Okay, Smarty Pants, what's my name?
Judging by your weight, you are Orson Welles.
Straight for the earth, the word spread in the flesh.
Now hear this. This is Dorson Bell speaking. The moon rocket ship is nearing the Earth. This invasion is not a play. I repeat, not a play.
we have Orson Welles, known to many Transformers fans the world over as Unicron. In the pilot episode of the Rocky and Bullwinkle series, we hear Paul Frees's voice parodying the late Orson Welles' 1938 broadcast of War of the Worlds, which caused genuine panic about invasions of aliens. Just like in real life, the aliens in question were not real, but rather our stalwart heroes in a makeshift rocket that was fueled by a mooseberry cake. And with that, we come to the end of another episode of Random Finds. Don't miss our next episode entitled Google for Kugel, or Who Takes These Titles Seriously? Out.